All right, folks, welcome to our Zoom Up. It's our meetup on Zoom. My name is Michael Huggins, coming to you live from Tennessee. I got my co-host today, Mr. Scott Rowe. What's up, Scott?
Here I am, right here on Chicken Patrol.
Coming to us live from Chicago. All right, man. You guys got to catch these episodes live. I know most of you are catching the recordings, but if you can be here live, there's the pre-show is amazing.
The pre-show. Absolutely, you got to check the pre-show. Yeah.
So the reason behind all these episodes is we want to bring you some stories of transformation from our community so that you can get inspired, get off your butt, and get out there and do something inside the real estate space and take back control of your life. Scott, will you tell folks a little bit about how this community impacted you?
Yes, I got started after losing a big $212,000 a year job. Could not find another one to match. My wife lost her job, same company, same division. We subsequently lost our places to live because we were a consumer in real estate and we didn't understand it. We got plugged into the group, even though I didn't. I thought, this is going to be crazy. What does my wife get me into? Came down and met the group. I met a nurse with 12 properties, a firefighter 14 properties, an ex-art teacher with 22 properties, and that's it. I'm like, somebody better get me in this group. And so that was back in 2007. We opened this building up in the same year that we got in. So started helping people out. We've helped over 15,000 people break into real estate investing careers. And my wife and I now enjoy a nice portfolio. So it's pretty good. We don't work. We have not needed a job since we met this group. How's that sound?
Wonderful. We're rolling on 14 years.
14 years, baby.
So the idea, folks, is it doesn't matter where you came from, what kind of background you had. I was making $22,000 a year changing oil. And my first deal took me 9 months, but it made enough money that I could quit that job. And I haven't had a job since either. So wherever you're at, get inspired and just understand that.
And now, come on, tell the truth. You live on how many acres?
Okay, so recently we bought 265 acres. We're planning this huge development over the next couple of years. We're putting a food forest and some cabins, tree houses, and yurts in here. It's going to be amazing.
And for some reason, even though you don't eat meat, you were chasing 3 chickens around earlier. I don't know.
This morning the chickens got out. Yes, we had to wrestle them. Man, right. Fun times on the farm. But this is the beautiful thing about it. This is a choice, right? I've done fix and flips, wholesaling, lease options, long-term rentals. We've got some short-term rental activity, and now this land development deal. It all comes down to being empowered by this community and this process that we're all going through. So real estate does have its own risks. You definitely want to be aware of that and surround yourself with people who know what they're doing. It's the major key to your success here. So I would love to introduce you to our guest today. Scott, anything before we jump into the guest?
Yeah, listen, I don't know if you mentioned it. You may have, because I'm old and I may have forgotten it already. But dotting the I's and crossing the T's on making sure you're doing real estate right, doing it with the right people. You should know what you're doing before you do it. It's got to be done legally. It's got to be done ethically. So hanging out with other people that are doing things gets to bounce ideas off of. It's why we do this, to introduce you to a group you could possibly work with. So.
Exactly. And then you're going to want to get back with the people that got you hooked up with this recording or got you here live to get onto our next workshops and our house tours.
Was that what you were baiting me into talking about? Did I screw that up?
Not necessarily. No. We always need to remind people real estate's risky. I've heard people who refuse to get involved with us who a year later, they lost $100,000 on a deal. I've seen that. And so anyway.
Why don't we stop talking and start introducing?
Let's do that. All right. So our guest today is his name is Jared. He has a very unique background. He came from the retail space in the retail world, working at Walmart. He was the get up early, stay there late. I mean, they kind of owned him for a little bit, and he's going to share his story. But as he transitioned into what we do, and he really embraced this process of real estate, his life has totally transformed. He's got a happy, healthy family and growing, and get to see his kids on the webinars all the time. And he's making a big impact, helping other people get out of their rut and really make a difference in their lives. So without further ado, let me welcome to the stage, Mr. Jared Brenchley.
Yeah, baby.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Jared.
It's a pleasure to be here for sure. So, I mean, just tell you my story, right? So I worked at Walmart for 12 years as a Walmart manager. So just like Michael was saying, I was salaried. So I worked 60, 70 hours a week consistently. You know, it was like 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. It was just nonstop. Holidays was not time for family. It was, if you ever worked retail, those of you listening, if you understand what I'm talking about, holidays, you're at your job. And I was okay with it at the time. I mean, I knew what I was getting myself into. I mean, I'm a hard worker, so I mean, I was able to, move up pretty darn quick. But so me and my wife, we have 3 kids right now. So at the time we had 2, and they were older. My youngest daughter was 8 at the time, and my wife got pregnant with our 3rd child, and something kind of clicked at that moment. I thought back as far as all the stuff that I missed in my first 2 kids, how many soccer games I missed, the first steps, first words, I missed those because why? I was working. It was kind of like a paradigm shift, where I thought I was happy, then I realized what I was missing out on, and I knew something had to change. And so when I did a little research, and like 90% of the world's millionaires either made their millions or have holdings in real estate, there has to be something to it. So I got someone inviting me, a friend of mine invited me to the community. I was listening and just ate it all up. I joined the community. It was great. And getting educated was the biggest thing. So me and my wife, we from the get-go, from day one, we were just hit the ground running. We did velocity banking, where with just my Walmart salary, we paid off our house so far down that we were able to get our first deal within 6 months and buy a 4-plex in Indiana. That was our first deal, just from velocity banking. I didn't go out off market, nothing like that. I did, and we paid for it in cash. This velocity is amazing. It works.
Nice.
So we got in the first deal, 4-plex, exciting, getting cash flow. Like this is like, and then it was like kind of like another paradigm shift. Like this is real. Like holy crap. And then we got into flipping, and then I settled in something where I'm good at finding off-market deals, and so I really fell into wholesaling, where I'm just selling the contract to other flippers. I like finding a deal and then selling that piece of paper, the contract, my rights for the contract, for like 10 grand. I mean, so that was like, since then I've been hitting that really hard. I actually, I'm getting 6 more units here in my local town. I'm still doing flips in addition to doing wholesale deals and flips and whatnot. So it has been a complete game changer for me. After a year into, I was able to quit my job, and walking away from a job after 12 years of stable work was nerve-wracking, is exciting at the same time. I mean, I was nervous, but it was just so exciting. And now, fast forward 3 years, here I am. Started multiple companies. It's been a literal life-changing opportunity. So it's pretty cool.
You should have after 12 years, you should have peppered the lunchroom with "free yourself," like William Wallace.
Yeah.
All right, you had a serious question. I could tell, Michael. Go ahead.
So your focus now is on wholesaling, even though you do have some cash flowing properties. What is it about wholesaling that made you want to focus on that?
So the experiment where you have like 2 marshmallows in the front of the kids, or 1 marshmallow, and they have to wait like a minute to eat it. I'm one of the kids that ate it like the second I saw it. Like they didn't even leave the room. That marshmallow was in my mouth. Okay. So I know that may say a lot of things about me, but whatever. But so I love finding a deal, and 2 weeks later getting paid 10 grand. Okay, sign me up.
Because you used to have to work. I don't even know how much you made at Walmart, but you used to have to work how many months to actually make that, right? It's like you, Michael.
Was 60 grand at Walmart. That's the most I was making, which is not bad, but not great at all.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I do 6 deals, and I made, I can do that in a couple months, and I can keep on going. And that's not counting doing flips and everything like that. So you got to focus on what you're good at. I'm good at talking to people. I'm good at finding off-market deals. And so when I figured that out, I just ran with it.
That's awesome.
So you have some buy and hold, you have some wholesaling, and you've done some fix and flips.
Yes. So the month of February, the first week, I'm going to be closing. I'm going to be selling my fix and flip, which we're making over 70 grand on, and I'm going to be buying 3 duplexes here in the same town, with like 3 minutes away from my house.
Nice.
So I mean, they're going to cash flow as is right now from day one, $2,000 a month. But we're raising the rents. We're actually going to start converting them into short-term rentals, which can actually potentially double the cash flow what it is right now. So it's pretty cool.
Wow.
So I got a question. So we were talking before the thing started. You live in a town of how many people? What's the population?
30,000 people.
30,000.
It's a small town.
So it's small.
Here in Chihuahua, Utah. Yeah.
So, and I like that because there might be somebody listening to this recording saying, well, I live in a small town. There's not much to do here. How many deals have you done in your 30,000 person town?
In the last 3 months, 6. I've done 6.
In 3 months.
Yeah.
So you should put a shirt together. It says small town mogul. That's it, man. Didn't have a new campaign. Little town mogul.
Yeah.
You live in a small town. And here's the nice thing about it. I'll tell you what, $60,000 goes, you're going to make $70,000 on one deal, right? That's your next flip, right?
Mm-hmm.
I bet that goes a long way in a 30,000 person town, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah, and folks, if you want, we actually recorded a tour of his house about a month ago. So if you want a recording of that, then just request it from the people that got you here today, and we'll put that in your hands as well. Cool. So you told us what the first deal was and that fourplex, but what was it like getting that first rent check coming in when you realized you're like holding?
Hey, do you still have it? Do you still have the fourplex?
No, I sold it. It was managing properties out of state is a challenging prospect.
Sure.
And so we, I found other ways to make an income. So we did eventually sell that property back in 2019.
Got it. Okay. But that feeling, tell us about that feeling.
It is incredible. Because consciously I understand the process. I understand that this is working. Like I'm seeing my debts go drastically go down with just my current Walmart salary at the time. And so I'm seeing evidence of it, but it still is okay, this is kind of cool. That just, they have got the one thing that works. And then when we got the fourplex, wow, we got kind of really exciting. This is kind of cool. Is this really a thing? They're really getting paid. And then when I got my first deposit in the for the rent, I mean, it was like $800. It was just man, I mean, it takes me a whole week to make that, and I just didn't do anything. And I got someone across the country managing it for me, and I'm just sitting here on my tuchus and just got money. And it was another paradigm shift. Just kind of I get a lot of shifts, but they're not all the way turned around, right? It's just kind of one, oh wow, this is it's just proof. And it helped with my wife too. Hey honey, see, look, money.
She wasn't on board?
She was. It was but after 6 months, she's like, because I was working full time, 60, 70 hours, and I was just getting educated. That's where I spent most of my time. When I literally, so in Walmart, the managers have walkie-talkies. I had my headphone in listening to the education. So everyone's like, Jared, is your walkie not working? Oh man, no, I'm sorry. It must not be working. And I was just listening to classes all day long. And it was just it was great. They stopped calling me because I would never answer.
Nice.
There could be a fire on the other side of the store. I wouldn't know anything about it. I'm just working away, listening to education and keep on going. It was great.
That's funny, dude. That's funny. All right. So you quit your job in 12 months, you said?
Yeah.
So your first 12 months, first 6, you're actually, how fast were you into that first deal? You say 3 months or 6 months?
6 months. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you're learning, you get your first deal done in 6 months, and inside of 6 months of income from deals, you're like, dude, I'm out of here. Kind of like Michael.
Yeah.
We flipped a couple of houses after that. And then it's okay, so we have cash flow. We have a bunch of money in the bank. I mean, I have more prospects coming in. So, I mean, it was okay, we're confident. And my wife was my wife actually told me you need to quit your job. So it didn't take me much more pushing after that, especially when they get the spouse to say, yeah, go for it, honey. So
great. Does she work? Does she work now, or did she work?
She works off. She cuts hair, not my hair, as you can tell. I mean, there's not much to cut there. But I mean, and she's a personal trainer, so she does her own thing. But she's an entrepreneur mindset as well, so she does her own thing and helps bring a little income, which is pretty nice as well. So she works because she wants to work.
Because she likes it. That's why she works. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Way cool. That's what this is all about.
I work with Michael because I like it. Otherwise, I'd never. No,
Otherwise, yeah.
No.
Way cool. Well, Jared, we really appreciate the contributions you're making to our community. I know you've opened a lot of doors, literally and figuratively, for people, and then just creating connections, right? Because sometimes when a deal comes your way and it's not right for you, but it's right for someone else, we can pass those along, and then the other people can make money along the way. That's what this community effort is all about.
Right.
You're a great example of that.
Yeah. What I like about it is a transactional. When we talk about transactional engineer, one of the best reasons to learn, even if you're doing real estate, I haven't met a lot of real estate investors like, I'm fine, I got plenty of rentals. I'm like, but you can't do them all. What if you find a deal? Do you know how to tie it up? Do you know how to get rid of it? You have a network to get rid of it too, right? So the nice thing about it is becoming that transactional engineer and plug it into a community like this. Everything's a possibility on the table. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to do that one, but I know somebody that wants it, right? Oh, I am going to do that one. It's got a lot of equity. Oh, you know, I'm going to hang on to that one because that cash flow is going to be great. Oh, look, a short-term rental by the beach. Maybe I'll take that one. So, there's a lot of possible if you learn enough.
Add too. So the 3 duplexes I'm closing on in the first week of February.
Yep.
I guess how much money I'm putting in, me personally. Guess how much money I'm putting in?
0.
Tuesday.
That's an easy guess. We have a lot of people. You know how many of these have we done, Michael?
This is episode 62.
62. And probably 60 of them are like, yeah, guess how much I put into it. Like, it's such a big shock to us. We're like, yeah, we learned how to do that. We all learned how to do it. Awesome. So congratulations. Join the club. The Zero End Club.
Right? Amazing. And so it looks like you got a bright future ahead of you. And now because of this time freedom, what's it like talking to your kids about, you got this new little baby and then you have the other ones who saw you working all the time. What's that like and how are those conversations going?
Oh, it's a lot different. Like we talk about their future in a lot different aspect than we did before. It was about sustaining themselves so they can do what they want. So creating a life by design, not going to work because you love the work and creating ways where helping them find avenues to create money and to do what they want. So my son, he's 14. And you know what he does? He flips phones online for money.
Wow.
He'll buy phones and I gave him some seed money. Here's $200, and he's like tripled that in a matter of months. And so he just buys phones in one app and sells in another app, and he'll just flip phones.
Great,
and
dude.
14, he's making more money than I ever made when I was 14. I had to go cut some grass if I wanted to go see a movie, but he just flips the phone, gets a couple $100, and goes on from there. It's pretty awesome.
Nice. So you teach them young.
That's right.
Time to move out.
Yeah.
I need your room.
Your office. Come on, let's go.
Amazing.
Great.
Well, cool. This has been great, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks for being here.
Appreciate it.
Cool. All right, Scott, what do people do next?
What you do next is you actually contact the person who invited you here, maybe sent you this recording, and get to one of 3 things. You're going to get to an introduction meeting like we all went to. You went to an intro meeting there, Michael?
I did.
Jared, you go to an intro meeting?
I did.
Now stay with the pattern. Go to an intro meeting, maybe go to a property tour. We have those going on weekly. So find out when the next property tour, and all you do is on a property tour is you're just going to view it on your phone for about 30 minutes. They'll talk about the deal. They'll talk about how they picked the deal up. They'll talk about what they're going to make on it. So it may be something you want to see, and we do them weekly around the country. So you can watch that. And then we have workshops. In fact, if today is what, Tuesday?
Yep.
You may be seeing this one. It'd be a good shot that you'll see this workshop. We have, the Zoomup. We have a workshop this weekend on private hard money. So if you want to hear from a woman, look at that. So ladies, get other ladies on the line so that they can learn why this woman, Whitney Stark, has actually raised millions of dollars in private money to do deals. So private hard money workshop this weekend. You should, again, intro, property tour, or workshop.
Yep. Stay connected with us, link arms with us, get over your excuses, because if people like me can do it and Scott can do it and Jared can do it, anybody could do it. That's the key here. So stay connected, and we will see you all on our next webinar. Thank you so much, Jared.
Thank you, Jared. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Have a great day, everyone. Bye now.